so grumpy. Don't blame me. They're not my kids. Anyway, I just want to come on my drive home and talk a little bit and remind everybody, in case you didn't know, you need to be voting today. At least in Oklahoma City, I know we are. We vote for mayor today. So if you're in the city, please go vote. I'm headed to do that right now. I just left the Capitol, as you can probably tell by the tie. So it's been a good day. What do we got watching? Hello. Man, traffic is terrible. When I get south of the city this time of day, it's just rough. Anyway, let's talk about the cannabis bills a little bit. I don't know how many of you've seen, but there's over 100 cannabis bills that have been filed. That's a lot. That is a whole lot. That guarantees to bring some change. Good or bad, we don't know yet. But 100 bills on cannabis aren't going to fail. Some will, but the great majority of them will. There's no way 100 cannabis bills will get through in one session. But, hang on, I'm in pretty heavy traffic. But a share of them will get through. And for those that haven't heard the talk, I imagine some of the ones that will get through will do things like raise business license fees. There's even one that wants to try and put a 2-year moratorium on licensure for businesses, meaning no more businesses for the next 2 years. They spend the next 2 years trying to shut down as many as they can and see what we end up with in 2 years, and then decide whether or not to reissue more licenses at such a time. I don't like that bill. I know that. I don't want any caps. I don't want any moratorium on business licensing. But also, I don't have a license. So, if it happens, and it doesn't hurt the patients, you know, I don't know what to say. There's some talk online about lobbyists who I've been part of the conversation. I've been participating in part of the conversation. Been some talk about, you know, how I pointed out in one comment that every lobbyist at the Capitol that I'm aware of has cannabis clients, so they're running some of these bills. And, you know, some of them are to try and control market share, caps and things like that, or control market share. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Just to let those of you that really care know, I'm not getting any cannabis money. I've never collected cannabis money as a lobbyist. Some of you donated gas money when I was an activist, just doing what I could, going up there on my motorcycle and a t-shirt. But you know, things are different now. But again, I don't collect cannabis money. I'm not paid by this industry. So beyond it affecting the patients, the people I care about, the ones who can't do this for themselves, I don't know how much effort I'm going to put into any of this if no one else does. I mean, you know, I was in a long conversation earlier about whether this is about activism at all anymore for most of you out there. Everybody seems to be content. Everybody has their joint. As long as we can keep the prices down. I don't see any patients that are willing to rise up like we did. You know, there's not the community unity that everybody keeps talking about. It just does not exist. So, you know, expect a lot of changes in this program. I mean, look, I've got 3 of you watching. Thank you to all 3 of you first. But a couple of years ago, that would have been 30 or 60 or 90. And now instead, most of the people would rather watch DC do his dumbass videos looking like a stupid pothead and bragging about it. That's, if that's what the community cares about, there you go. It's there. Go find it. There's plenty of it there. But I have no interest in that. This isn't even a recreational program, and we're causing problems for real patients. But no one wants to have that conversation. No one wants to get into that argument. No one wants to accept responsibility for what we've done. So here we are, 130 bills, well over 100, I think it's 130 something total, filed for cannabis. A great share of them doing things most of us would freak out if we really looked at and understood. But no one cares. There's not a word that matters being said. A few people shooting from the sides, no one getting involved. So, the 3 of you or the 5 of you that, thank you, by the way, again, are good enough to watch and listen to what I try and talk about what's going on at the Capitol. Well, you guys are wonderful, and I have no doubt you guys will make the phone calls and do the things if we ask you to help in that way. But the hundreds that it took to get us where we are, to get this program passed, the thousands of people that joined to get us here, it's over. Where is everybody? It's just not here anymore. What is the community about? I saw one guy doing a walk for awareness today or something, mental health awareness. That's great. Okay, that's wonderful. I've got nothing bad to say about that or the people doing that. That's great. But what I'm talking about is legislation. What I'm talking about is the rules that are going to change, the laws that are going to change. It's great to bring awareness to the community about the positive effects of cannabis. It is. But, and this walk, I think, was probably, what little I saw was just a few minutes. Looked like a good example of that. So that's great. But these parties, you guys want to talk about legislation, or you want to talk about parties? Yeah, there you go, James. Phone calls, visits to the offices, and letters. That's what it takes. And preferably, for that to have the effect, James, that we all want it to have, it has to have unity in it. At least a little bit. What I mean by that is a recurring message. We need more than one person, more than just you, because you do it, buddy. You write the letters. You go to the Capitol. I've walked around with you at the Capitol. But what we need is, when you do that, we need 10 other people to write a letter that says almost the same thing, but it may be in their words, or at least signed by them. All to one legislator, and then I guarantee you we can get things done. I mean, you guys want to get something done? It's this simple. 25 of you join us at the CLA and pick a bill that you guys want to affect, and we'll put together a strategy to affect it. We can do it. I just don't see the follow through from enough people. So, I'm working on something else this year. I'm working on something other than cannabis this year, just as I did last year. But we still affected some cannabis law. We got a few changes in there, like the being able to keep all that you grow instead of just the limit of 8 ounces in your house. So, we had a little effect from the background, and we'll have a little effect probably this year. I've had a lot of conversations at the Capitol about the cannabis bills, because everybody there thinks I'm somehow involved, meaning the legislators or even most of the other lobbyists. So everybody talks to me about it. I know what's going on. I'm hearing. But, the first time we tried to get a meeting as a group, Norma and I asked a bunch of you to write Representative John Paul Stevens, I think it was, something. Anyway, I know it sounds like a Supreme Court justice, similar name. It was a known name. Anyway, 600 people in about 3 days. I know that's not 3. That's 3. 600 people in 3 days sent emails and made phone calls to the Capitol. And when we got there, when we got our meeting, which of course we got, we could have asked for just about anything. We got exactly what we went in there for. We wanted to rewrite part of this bill, and we were able to do that. You guys go back and look at the videos. We did it together. I worked it out with you guys. My son did the typing when he was 17. And we rewrote part of 3468. And it works in the sense that unity in the community got something done. It doesn't take 600 people. Okay? It won't take 600 of us if you guys want to affect one of these bills. If 5 of you from the same district contacted me, I guarantee you I can tell you how to convince your representative to vote however the 5 of you wanted on just about anything. Just 5 from each representative. So think about that. If we had a couple people, like when we started the CLA, the intent was to do just this. We had strategy. And it was to try and get at least 2 people from every district at that time that was willing to work with us, willing to make phone calls and send emails when we asked on the subjects we were trying to get addressed. And had we been able to put that together, then we could have done just about anything. I mean, because I've seen one phone call make a difference. When only one phone call came through, it made a difference. And I've seen 30 phone calls and non-stop phone ringing make the same difference. So the number of calls doesn't necessarily guarantee success. Meaning it's not going to take 100 of us if you guys want to do something. James, you already started in the area of western Oklahoma. Started what? I'm sorry, I haven't been able to read all the comments because of traffic. Scroll back up. Grassroots efforts. Well, that's good. That's good. If you guys would like any help or anything else, please reach out. And I'll do anything I can to help. You know, that's what we need to be doing. If we had a couple people from every district willing to get involved, then this community would have the say that they feel, that we all feel we deserve, that we should have. Okay, we all helped get this passed. We would all like to at least do the right thing, and I don't know that we all think these bills are the right thing. So, you know, again, I see all these comments today. I participated in some of them. I just don't think everybody quite understands how serious everything is about to change. It is not 2019 anymore, 2018, where 100 people showing up at the Capitol pissed off is going to do anything. It's just not. It's going to take much more because, as I've said, every lobbyist there that I know has cannabis bills. I don't, but all the others do. And they're all paid lobbyists. I am not. Something people seem to be forgetting. I have been compensated in some areas on a previous bill, but in cannabis, no. So, you know, the things about the sellouts and on and on and on, it's just all wrong. So, anyway, I just want to come out here and talk a little bit on my drive. I am going to vote. Hopefully you guys went and voted today. You know, if we all got involved in our government, we'd all have a lot less to complain about. That's it. Alright guys, go vote. Reach out. Let's talk. Again, you want to make a difference? I can help you do that. Not that you have to have my help, James. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm happy to help in any way that I can. And, you know, we all have our unique skill set, including myself. So let's lean on each other a little bit. If you guys want to do anything about any of these bills or I'm just going to sit back and watch, and until they come after the patients, I'm not going to worry about it. So, that's it, folks. Till next time, go vote. Stay grumpy. See you on the road.